Divine light and love to you. Reflection. Glad you're tuning in again. Today we're going to talk about balance and nation building. So, in order to have a divine nation, you must first create the balance, and it's going to start within yourself. Okay? So, take that inward journey. Find a way to meditate, whatever way works best with you. You know, you can use a sound meditation. You can look into a frequency that will work with you. You can do a walking meditation. You know, just go out into nature and just walk. Be with yourself. Have a conversation with yourself. See what comes up. What your mind, what your consciousness, subconsciousness wants to communicate with you. Okay, so to have balance, you need to know yourself. Spend time with yourself. This is extremely important. Turn off the television. You know, don't go out to the bar one night of the weekend and stay with yourself. Whatever it is. Okay? It's very important. So with balance, things are not in balance. The system's thrown off. It's out of balance. You know, it's not good. You've stepped out of the line. So with that, it's going to reflect on every level from there. Everything is a reflection. So when there's an imbalance within you, it's going to reflect elsewhere in your experience. So first you want to know yourself, understand yourself, overstand yourself. Sit with your inner being, your true essence, and overstand it. Go through experiences with your inner self. And as you have an understanding of that, then you may notice, hey, my food diet, right, is out of balance. When I eat a certain food, it doesn't make me feel good. It makes me really tired or whatever it is. Okay? Just on a physical level. Are you like way up and down with your emotions? Can you not find that center point? Can you not find that balance point? It's okay to feel, you know, like upset with something or excited about something, you know, like do that for sure. Do that for sure, but come back to that balance point, that center point. After you had that experience, come back and then reflect upon it. Take that inward journey. Why did I feel upset? Why was I excited? Why, when I ate that food, it made my tummy hurt? Okay? And then with that, as you find the balance within yourself, then it will start to reflect everywhere else. And nature wants to be in balance. God and Goddess created nature to be in balance. One example of that, so that one species does not get out of balance and then take over a specific type of environment. Okay, because even if it's if you're on an island, right, and it's an isolated little environment, that's still going to be a reflection of everything else. So the example I'm going to give you is with insects. Okay, and you can look this up. I believe Planet Earth has a section on it. I watch Planet Earth so much. Oh, gotta love Planet Earth. It's your mother. Gotta love her. That's where you come from. That's you. So in that section, I think it's the first Planet Earth in the jungle section, I want to say, and it's a part on insects and their relationship with cordyceps mushrooms. Okay, so cordyceps, there's many different varieties of it, and I'm not a mushroom expert. You know, if you want to check out a mushroom expert, Paul Stamets, boom, dude, linked up with that. Check him out. But this is just things that I have, you know, looked into myself. What cordyceps mushrooms do is, again, there's many varieties of them, and a specific strain of it will target a specific insect. So I know one of the primary, in planet Earth, one of the primary examples of the cordyceps mushroom that they show is in ants, right? So if an ant colony is getting too big, it's going to have a higher chance of running into a cordyceps mushroom. So what this does is it invades their body basically, and it's like super creepy with it, to be completely honest. But it will invade their body, and basically what happens is the mushroom, the fungus, grows out of their head, and it will explode basically, and all the spores of that mushroom, if there's any other ant in that area, it's gonna get into their system, and the same thing's gonna happen to them. Okay, so the more that ant species is trying to dominate the environment and not live in harmony and balance with it, the higher chance that cordyceps mushroom is going to infect their colony and bring things back to balance. Okay, so that is a microcosm of larger events that could happen. Okay? So, and then in our physiological, in our biological being, you know, if you are not eating right, I did a video on nutrition. If you are eating, you know, McDonald's or something that is not in balance with your own body, isn't harmonizing with your own body, you're gonna have a hard time with your physical health, and that's gonna reflect into your energetic health, your spiritual health, your mental health. Probably started in the mind, to be completely honest. More than likely started in your mind. That imbalance occurred here, and then you thought about it, and then you acted upon it, and then you brought that imbalance to you on a physical level. Do you notice any imbalances within your space? It's really, really challenging not to, if you objectively look at your environment, it's really difficult not to see an imbalance within yourself. Again, you wanna take the perspective that you are everything, because you are. They're just reflections of you that are outside of yourself, you know? So with that, like I said, not that hard, especially, you know, here in America, so many things out of balance. So many things. I was just talking to my buddy Ron yesterday on many of these, and one thing that really gets me going and something I'm working on to the best of my ability, again, extremely hard in this environment, extremely hard, but the one-use plastics. I do my best to rinse them out, clean them out, and recycle them. But even that, like, who's to say that that plastic bottle isn't gonna fall out of the bin on its way to the recycling place, get into the waterway, end up in the ocean? There's islands out there of plastic, just plastic islands. I think one of them's even bigger than Texas, I want to say, of plastic. That's not natural. That's not in harmony. It's not balanced. And that's a reflection of ourselves. We mentally were like, let me organize this, these fossil fuels in a certain manner so they form a hard plastic and use it in a certain manner, and I'm just going to toss it away because I'm disconnected. I'm not aware that I am everything. And when I pollute the earth, I pollute myself. I create that imbalance within my mind, first and foremost. And that is going to manifest back to us in a physical form. Oh, I'm not connected with the planet. So it doesn't matter what I do to the planet, because I'm not connected to it. It's like, that's mental illness. Mental illness. Legit. Okay? And it's like we're children. There's set guidelines that God, Goddess, and nature provide us with, and we need to stay within those guidelines. And when you step out of that line, that's where the imbalances occur. That's when the dis-ease occurs. There's no longer ease within the situation. We're no longer flowing. Just going through life like, yeah, everything's great. No longer flowing. We've created the disease for ourselves to experience for whatever reason that is. More than likely a very high lesson that is extremely difficult to comprehend for many people. But including myself, it's a lot to comprehend, to experience, and to find that understanding of why this is occurring. Why are we experiencing this? Why do we have that disconnect? But like I said, it's like we're a child that can't draw inside the lines. We don't have that balance. We step outside the lines and we're like, I want to color over here. But if you want balance, you need to stay inside those lines. And I'm not sometimes I'm not dissing children on any level. Believe me, you want to be the child that can draw inside the lines. Okay, reconnect with your inner child. Children are more creative than any adult. Legitimately. And we try to strip that away from them. Like, oh no, you can't do this when you get older. You can't do that when you get older. You have to work this job. This is the path me as an adult is going to set up for you. That's crap. That's straight up crap. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for not really doing that with me. They gave me plenty of breathing room to go through the trials I needed to go through. And I'm extremely grateful, forever grateful for them allowing that to occur. Because that gave me more knowledge of who I am, why I'm here on this planet, in this moment. Not my first time on the planet. Okay? There's many of us out here, maybe some of you that are watching this right now, you know who you are, that we've been here before. We've been here. Okay? And it's time to start doing that serious work. And that's why we need to find the balance, understand the balance. That's why I'm talking with you. I need to find balance myself. Like I said, in America, extremely difficult. If you can teach me ways that are going to help harmonize myself more with nature, more with God and Goddess, let me know. Let me know. I'm an open book. We can discuss. You know, reach out to me. Don't be afraid. We're in this together. We are one. One. Okay? And with that, just moving a little bit, and we'll continue to bring in the balance aspect through this, but nation building, the serious work. We first must set a solid, balanced foundation to grow upon. That has to happen. Has to. It's like, what would you rather do? Drive down a road that's evenly paved the whole way through? Or drive down a road that has a pothole every 2 feet? It's not even a question. That stuff upsets me so so much. It's like, yo, we're out here getting taxed, getting our stuff, our property, our wealth, our value, in monetary form, stolen from us to go funnel into endless wars. War is not balanced. I'm sorry, it is not. If you think that it's balanced to go across the world, bomb innocent people that did nothing to you, absolutely nothing to you, if you think it's balanced to go bomb them, occupy that area of the planet by force, by military control, and allow some dickhead corporation to steal their resources, and then way up the charge on all that stuff, and then sell it back to you in some slave product form, that's not balance. That's mental illness. If you think that is, if you think that kind of lifestyle is balanced, you're mentally ill. I'm not even playing around with that kind of stuff at all, whatsoever. Okay, so we need to find balance. And then as we find that, as we pave that road that's nice and even, we can flow through. We don't be like, oh shit, there's a pothole. Oh shit, there's a pothole. Oh shit, there's a pothole. Excuse my language, but damn, look at the situation we're in. Okay, and when I'm talking about nation building, this is going way beyond Democrats and Republicans. Oh, I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump or I'm gonna vote for Hillary Clinton. This is way beyond that. This is way beyond. Oh, you have less melanin or more melanin? Way beyond that. Okay? We're all in this together. And not just human beings. We need to live as one with nature, with God and Goddess. We need to come back to that balance. It has to happen. It's going to happen. It is happening. By me creating this video, manifesting this into this experience we call life, it's happening. Maybe you do similar videos. Maybe you do things on your own time. You find balance in your own way. You communicate your own divine truth in your own way. Maybe it's painting. Maybe it's teaching kids. Maybe it's growing your own food. I don't know. That's your path. We all got it. We all got one. So don't worry about if you're just getting going. I'm just really getting going with making videos. It's like my fourth one, I want to say. If you're just getting going, don't worry about how it's gonna go down, where you're gonna be at, like all that kind of stuff. Do it. Do it. Why wait? Why snooze? The more you snooze, the more work you're gonna have to do down the road. The more out of balance you are, the more you're going to have to work to get back into balance. So let's do that work a little by little. Many hands make light work. Light work. We're light workers. Like I said, you know who you are. If you have that calling going on right now, follow it. Follow it. Go. Always people are going to question you, try to tear you down, hate on you. Like, oh, you can't do that. Like I said with like parents and their kids, you can't do that. How are you going to live life like that? You know what you tell those people? Watch me. Watch me live this way. Watch me make a change in this planet, on this plane, in this universe. Not just on this planet, but everything is connected. Everything. Everything. So what happens on this planet is affecting things across the universe. Super trippy to think about, but that's the truth. That is the truth. It's a divine fact. So as we find balance within ourselves, we'll start to create balance on our planet. Let's take this in scales. On this fractal scale system that we're in right now. As we find balance within ourselves, first, you're going to find balance within the relationships directly around you, those immediate relationships. Your friends, your family, co-workers, okay? All of that is going to start to come into balance. If you start to truly find balance within yourself, the food that you grow, you're not going to want to grow GMO food. That's not in balance. You're going to try to get heirloom seed plants to grow, to communicate with. To give that sacred energy exchange between yourself and the tomato plant, yourself and the carrot, yourself and the berries. I love berries. I always tell people if I could eat one last thing in my life, it would be a fruit salad. For sure. You know how fresh you're going to feel entering into that next lifetime having a fruit salad? Woo! Come out the womb ready to go. Because you are setting yourself up now for that next experience. It's happening. Like I said, some of you guys know you've been here. Even if you've never had like visual confirmation, like, oh, I was this in my last lifetime, and I did that, and this was, like all that kind of stuff. Even if you don't have that visual confirmation, you feel it. You feel it. It's deep down inside you. And that's something that no one can take away from you. No one. Someone could take that camera away from me. Someone could take this gong away from me. You can't take away my soul experience. Okay, so finding the balance is the key. The key. If you want to open up the door to building a divine nation where all is one under the sun, you need to have that balance. Where we're all connected. Where we respect one another. There's so much disrespect going on. Man. And again, that's a reflection of how we are inward. We don't respect ourselves. We eat food that doesn't respect our biological being. This stuff is deep. Life is deep. It's meant to be that way. Because it's the people that are really going to be doing the work, they're digging deep. They're putting in the work. Okay? They're not, and again, you know who you are. You know you have that calling to walk down a path. When you have that calling, do it. Create your art, create your media, create your love. Manifest it. It's an excellent year for manifestation. Excellent year for manifestation. Go all the way with it. Don't sell yourself short. If you have a very grand idea in your mind, if you have that mental clarity, that purity within your mind, that you want to move forward in and create a whole new world to live in, do it. You already have it in your mind. When you have that healthy mind, that purity within your mind, that balance within your mind, it's state it like it's already done. We've already created our divine nation on this planet. It's already happened. Like I said, me creating this video is an example of that. It's happening right in front of our eyes. It's just, are we tuned into it? Can you dial in your heart to find that frequency that, yeah, we're doing this thing? Do you want to be a part of it? Do you want to be part of this game called life, or do you want to sit on the sidelines? Sit on the sidelines or up in the stands? There's got to be people on the sidelines, and there's got to be people up in the stands. So there's nothing wrong with either of those positions. But if you want to get into the game of life, you have to take action. You have to. That moment's going to slip you by. It's going to slip you by and you're going to snooze. And guess what's going to happen? That next life you're going to live, you're going to get back into that loop, and you're going to have to break that chain, and you're going to have to take action. It might not be this exact same plane that we're moving through right now, but it's going to be something quite similar. Quite similar. Okay? And be mindful, because if you're putting in your divine work, you're going to have a divine life for yourself. I'm not saying there's not going to be challenges that you're going to have to go through the next time around, but you can help set yourself up. Astrologically set yourself up. You'll have certain energies when you're born, that frequency, that vibration, that energy that you move into this realm with, okay, is going to be set in a manner that is going to move you along your path at such a great rate. If you are doing your divine work, if you are bringing everything back into balance. Flip side of that, if you are moving out of balance, what are you doing? Especially if you're conscious of it. Like, yeah, there's a set thing that we need to be within, but I want to get outside of that. I'm going to do this over here. I'm going to torture animals. I'm going to torture beings. I'm going to pollute the planet. Because I get this money. I get this instant gratification. Oh, man. Whoo, you sold your soul. You sold your soul. That sucks. That really sucks. And you might, in that next lifetime, come back as somebody being tortured. Be a part of the planet that's being polluted. For you to realize that's not okay. You'll have that soul experience. You shouldn't be doing that. Elijah Bishop, namaste, man. Something he brought in my awareness not too long ago. Man, master teacher, check him out. What he brought up was free will. Boom, you got this pathway, you got this paved road that you can walk upon with ease. You can flow through life. Okay? But you're like, yeah, but what about all this money I can make over here, refining all this oil and, like not caring about anyone else, but I could get this money over here. Okay, so I'm gonna cross this line and I'm gonna do that. That's not free. God, Goddess, nature, do not play around. Take it back to the ants. If that ant colony is trying to dominate its environment and not care about anything else, it's going to have a higher chance, a higher possibility of running into that cordyceps mushroom. It's going to wipe it out. Wipe it out. Just the way things are. This is just the way things are. So what we are building is a nation, a culture that is in balance. We understand that everything is ourself in a reflection. It's not just me that's doing this. There are so many people, so many beings on this planet that are working towards that. And we're all starting to vibrate together, and as we vibrate together, then other people start to feel it. They start to feel it. They're like, "Whoa, what's going on here? What are these people talking about? Let me see." And then it hits them. They're like, "Dang, that's what I've been thinking my whole life. I just, I didn't know how to relate to it. I didn't have the awareness of it. I was a little bit too out of balance, but after I went through my experiences, I was like, oh man, like I don't want to feel sick after eating this, so I'm gonna start eating this way, and I don't like listening to this type of music because like the lyrical content, it's not good. So I'm gonna start listening to this music over here and bring myself a little more to balance. And once you're more and more and more and more to balance, you're living in your heart center. That is going to awaken you. Something's going to spark and you're going to take off. Take off. Please. Be the divine being you are. Be. Exist. Live out your divine life. Live it. Again, when somebody's like, oh, you can't do that, watch me. Watch me. I'm out here doing it. I'm out here being the change. So as I'm being the change, as other people are being the change, there's more and more reflections of that change, of the balance that is coming into play. It's coming. I feel it. I see it. Right? Your mind's eye, you can close your eyes. Picture your best friend from childhood. You can see into the past. Just as much when you train your mind's eye, you can see into the future. Time is relative, homie. Time is relative. Brought that up in one of my talks too. Would you rather have a wonderful conversation with somebody for an hour or hold your hand in a hot frying pan for a minute? An hour of a good discussion or holding your hand on a hot pan? Red hot pan. Time is relative. That hour conversation is going to go by way faster than holding your hand on a red hot pan. Divine fact. Download that. Download it into your being. Okay? Just on that. This is where we're going to find balance. Okay? And oh man. Okay, so you have been programmed. You are a biological computer. Trippy to think about, right? But that's the truth of the matter. You're pulling in all this awareness with all your senses, your entire being. You're pulling in all that information to be processed, to understand what you're experiencing. Okay, so your body is your hardware. Is your hardware. Okay? Your mind is the software. What are you programming into your hardware? Are you listening to music? Music's extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. Are you listening to music that's all about, going out and getting fucked up and, doing all these drugs and whatever it is? If you're listening to that music, that is going to be your experience. Because you are programming yourself. Think about that. Truly think about that one. Take the inward journey on that. Sit with yourself. Pause this video right now. Sit with yourself with that. It's serious. And just as much as you can, I'm gonna go to the club, I'm gonna get fucked up, I'm gonna drink this alcohol, whatever the rappers, mainstream crap music that is out there. As much as you can listen to that and live that lifestyle, you can flip the script and listen to something that's way healthier for yourself. Way healthier. Something that's gonna empower you to be a better being. And then you will program yourself to be a better being. It's going to happen. The music you listen to is a reflection of yourself. Everything is a reflection. This is divine truth. I've experienced it. I listened to music that was crap, and I was living a crap lifestyle. I'm not saying that was the only factor, because it's never just one factor. It's never just one. Just like it's not just God. It's God and Goddess. Mixed in with nature. The more tangible essence of them. It's their child. Okay, so you can program yourself on whatever level you want to do. Get into an affirmation thing, an affirmation ritual. I covered this in my change video. Affirm to yourself who you are, where you want to go. What is your mission that you're going to accomplish? When you set it in your mind, when you program yourself, and you stay with that, you are focused, you're balanced, you have the mental purity to move your mind. Move your mind. And as your mind moves in that balanced, pure state, your hardware is going to go along with the programs that are currently running through you. Again, experienced it. I'm sure many of you have too. This awakening that is going on the planet currently is vast. Vast. You know? And sometimes, you know, people that had chosen to be here in this moment, right? I mean, we all chose to be here, but people that were like, I want to do this work. I want to do this divine work in this moment because we really need it. Beings that chose to do that kind of stuff in this moment sometimes end up in some messed up places. Some super messed up places. Okay? Meaning like family life is the dynamics is just like, whoa. Or like just like the community outside of that. Because your family is a little microcosm, a little reflection of the outer community too. Okay? So you might be in a situation where you're locked into an area, community, sometimes lack of community. Experienced that myself. I had a lack of community for a while. I didn't know how to relate to people, and I got hung up with the wrong crowd. It happens. I had to go through those experiences to understand, to be able to relate on that level with them, and to really see like what is occurring. Where are my other reflections at? Where are my lower self reflections at right now? Because just as much as you have lower reflections of yourself, people that are showing you, like your inner demons, your inner securities, all that kind of stuff, you also have your higher reflections. People that are showing you your divinity. People that are showing you how you can live your life in balance. Showing you how you can express your angels rather than your demons. People that are showing you how to express your self-esteem rather than your insecurities. Whoa, yeah, super deep. Again, it's a fractal scale. Not that it's right or wrong, it's just how it is. And again, it's what you use your heart to tune yourself into on, do I want to tune myself to my lower self and see all my lower self reflections and all the insecurities that, could be within you if you choose to program yourself that way? Or do you want to tune into something and start programming yourself into something of a higher expression of you? Which one is it? Choose the higher route. It's going to be a narrower path to walk. Might be a little bit more lonely of a path to walk. Okay, and that's where I wanted to take this to. You might be lonely. It might get hard. If you're doing your divine work, not many there are in terms of like me being an individual compared to having a couple people, just like two more people by my side, there's a lot more than just two people by my side on this. But in the realm of like 7 billion people, there's not that many people really putting in the work right now. Okay? Really putting it in. Not just reading about it, not talking about it, but being it. Not many people. So I'm here to shake you up. Let's go. Let's get this done. I see you. I see you. Have faith with yourself. Have courage to go inward to find the balance or the imbalance. If you find the imbalance, recognize it. Oh, like when I do this, I don't feel good. Maybe in the moment, maybe it's the next day. When I used to drink a lot, in the moment, I was having a good time. I was having a good time. Next day, no way. I was feeling like crap. Body felt way dehydrated. Didn't want to move. My head hurt. Oh man, the light. Oh, can't do the light. Can't be in the sun. Can't be in the sun. What is that? If it makes you feel like you can't get into the sun, don't do that. Don't do it. The sun is going to be a reflection of one of your highest selves that you can experience. Talking about downloads and programs and stuff. You can tap into the sun and have the sun start to program you. Start to give you those divine downloads. Where you tap into the energy. You tap into that vibration, the frequency, and get those divine light codes. We're light beings. We're doing the light work. Many hands make light work. We're building this nation. It's happening. To all the haters out there, watch me. Watch us. It's going on. Do you want to be in the game? Do you want to sit on the sidelines or be in the audience? Maybe you're not even in the stadium. Maybe you're not even aware that the stadium's even going on. Even there. Even exists. I don't know. Maybe you know people like that. Give them a flyer. Be like, yo, check out the stadium, man. Like, we got this game called life. Check it out. Check out of what you're doing and check into the game of life. I love you. I love myself. When we open conversation to start to find the balance within yourself. Open conversation with other reflections of yourself to find out where they are in the game. Do they want to participate in it? And even if they're not in the stands, they're still in the game. They're just not consciously aware that the game's occurring. Okay? And, be mindful. We only got so many seeds to sow. And you don't want to sow seeds in soil is not going to be healthy for those seeds to grow within. It's just how it is. Again, no right or wrong, just how it is. If you're in astrology, Saturn's in Capricorn. We're in Capricorn right now. Get on your work. Get it in. Take a chance. Try something new. Maybe you do one form of art and you've always thought about doing another form of art. Do it. This is an excellent time. If it is serving a higher purpose, go do it. You have the energy to get this in right now. And when you start to program right now with that divine work, Yo, your hardware is gonna be so jacked up with these upgrades and downloads and uploads, all that goodness. You are going to just roll uphill with momentum. You're gonna roll uphill with momentum. Legitimately. So find the balance. Take that inward journey. Don't be afraid. It's just yourself. Right? It's just yourself. I go float a lot. Flotation therapy and Nietzsche Float Club, Lindsay and Paul, namaste. You know, if you're in this, if you're local to me, you know where I'm at, you know, check out a Nietzsche Float Club. That's where I really started to tune inward. Because you're floating. It's dark. There's no light. There's no sound. You don't feel anything because the air and water temperature are your skin temperature. You're by yourself. You're subconscious. I tell people that I do that, and I'm like, whoa, I don't know if I can handle that. Why? Are you? Can you not look at yourself? If that's the case, that's an imbalance from the get-go. And you want to dig deeper on that one. Because that's like people that are like, that turn the blind eye to all the corruption in the government. Oh, I can't look at that. That's going to reflect back to me as something in me. Oh, all the pollution that's going on, I can't look at that. Because I pollute myself. I eat the wrong food. I listen to the wrong music. I talk to the wrong people. Yeah. I'm super passionate about this stuff. You can tell. You can tell. I do my best to live this out. Best of my ability. Because sometimes people need to, again, see that higher reflection. There's always a higher reflection. Always. Always. This is infinite. This is eternity. There's always going to be a higher reflection of yourself that you could look up to and be like, damn, I want to be like that. And when you see that, then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go inward. Where am I out of balance? And how can I find my center to be like that? What can I let go of to be like that? What moves can I make in this moment right now to be like that? What can I program into my mind to be like that, to get my hardware working like that? We're doing this work. We are doing this work. If you're if you're still with me at this point, we're doing this work. Not many people are watching this all the way through. So thank you if you are. You are tuning in. You're straight up tuning in. Give yourself a hug, man. I love myself. I love myself so much. Love yourself. Tap into that vibe. Much love. Take care.